Hey everyone, Joshua Hinlin here, and I am back at the Monroe Bricks Minifigs store with Stephanie here in Washington. And today we are taking a look at some of the super rare and unique products they have. Last year we visited the store and did a whole tour, so we were able to.
Was it last year or the year before?
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years
ago. We were here, so we were able to show the whole store off then, so you can check that video out if you want. So we're diving specifically into some of the more unique and rare products they have, as well as some of the custom displays they have at the store. So we'll start with this one right here. Obviously an iconic castle set. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this one's from 1984, and as you see, I actually got the whole box was traded in with it. And you know, they have the whole divided section on the inside. It has the box. Now, what I really like about this one, there's two play features. One, you can raise the drawbridge. I would have died for this when I was little. You can lower it. And then there's actually an entire hinge piece in the front. So when you open it up, now you have like the whole castle wall. And in theory, I think you could have got two of them and made a big square.
Yeah. And this of course, is kind of the start of the Black Falcons, which has been kind of newly reimagined in recent years with some of the newer castle sets, like the blacksmith shop.
It has the ones with the yellow and the blue shields on them.
There you go. Yeah, so this is, even though it's small, very iconic, and yeah, that hinge technique is something you see in kind of like the yellow castle, some of those early castle sets that had that, and then it's so cool that you have the box here. Has the Toys R Us sticker on it, RIP to Toys R Us there at the top, but then you can see some of the other kind of play features and ways you can set it up on the back. So I love to see that really cool set there.
Yeah, I was excited. All the minifigures were intact and all their little accessories. You know, see this one has chew marks on it. So
Then switching genres entirely, we come to 2003 with this space set.
This is actually the Mars Explorer Rover.
Okay.
Now, there's a few cool things. This whole thing is Technic, and so this is an early Technic. So there's some wonkiness. You really need to know what you're doing. The whole steering suspension, you can see all the wheels moving, and this whole thing turns around. And I will confess, I struggle with this one, but you can like fold these all up, and this whole thing somehow goes in like this, and then you like depress something and the whole thing pops open, and it's pretty cool.
There you go. These Technic things can be tricky. I mean, this is very much kind of a precursor of the newer Mars Rover that we got very recently that's all Technic and a very complex build similar to this with a lot of moving parts and things to it, but they're really fun when you get them together, and there's just so many different kind of things you can play around with, both the kind of satellite type pieces as well as the steering itself.
Well, and I think this it looks like it has a couple like pistons or springs or something, and I think there's like some suspension.
This was a partnership. You got the little Discovery Kids logo here.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of one of those interesting brand partnerships that Lego did.
Yeah.
So that one's from 2003. Coming a little more recent, we've another theme that's kind of gotten a resurgence in recent years.
Especially with the new bar d'oeuvre.
Right. Of course, is Lord of the Rings. So this is from, I think, 2013, this one?
Yep. Yeah, and it has 5 figures with it, and including the iconic, it has Gandalf the Grey on the eagle in the back. But the really cool part comes with
spinning
all
around.
The play. This is a play set. This is meant for you to play with.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where they didn't complete the build, but that allows you to access a lot of the back of it, and you're able to see kind of so many fun details and play features. And then, of course, you've got the big tree beard out here as well with the crank on the
smash arm.
There you go.
He's gonna go smash some orcs.
So just a really imposing structure here. Great if you were looking for a black parts pack as well. So if you just needed a lot of parts.
No, you need the partner for bar d'oeuvre. That's what you need it for.
That too as well, yeah. But really cool to see some of the older Lord of the Rings sets here that you have available at the store. And then moving on to the next set, going very different. This is both a set and a sort of base plate. So what's the story here?
So they call this a Playscape. And there were some other sets that they were playing with around the same time. And it's meant to just increase the kids' imagination, because if you put like 2 of these together, you'd have like, it's rolling across the bottom floor of the ocean. It's kind of cool. Or, crawling through, because this is called the Crystal Crawler. So I think this Playscape is supposed to like represent a crystal like I don't know, the inside of a cave, bottom of the ocean, something. It's pretty cool. And my favorite thing about these though is I love the fact that they did the chrome detail and then this neon orange as a contrast. That's my favorite thing about these specifically. I think it's not the Aqua Raiders. Yeah, but I love the use of the neon, just that high contrast neon in the.
Then you got the posable arms with these claws. You're able to pick up, you know, all sorts of rocks or gems and things off the bottom of the ocean. These two big wheels. You're able to move along there. So, yeah, and then this base plate itself is just really unique. So that one's from 1996?
96.
Is that right? Okay, perfect, yeah.
All right, and then we have the Enchanted Island. And this one is an Islander. So a lot of people are familiar with the Islander. I never remember the king's name, but look at this headdress.
I know.
He's
Some
so
of my
cool.
favorite minifig prints and designs. And then the sort of like catamaran canoe boat here. And then, of course, the pirates with their map. They've ended up in the Islanders' lair.
Well, and this one's an interesting use because a lot of the time in this time period they would have raised plates for both of them, and this one you have a raised plate for one side and a flat plate for the other one that continues the same design.
Yeah, and I think that there are some different play features here. So you pull this pin and you're able to flip the bridge.
Flip the pirates off.
Yes, if you move the pirate boat here, then you're able to push these palm trees up. And then there's some movement over here as well. So I think this kind of hinges out and you can play around with that. Of course, you've got the monkey on the palm tree back here. But yeah, similar era to the previous design, and you've got kind of another raised base plate type of example.
This is, I think, 94, where this one was 96.
There you go, yeah. But yes, then I love even the small sails on both these, the little boats are really cool. So all the details kind of pack a big punch here. And then that palm tree design is always super fun. So Islanders kind of tied in really nicely with the Pirates and Imperial stuff, and I loved seeing that when I was a kid. Yeah. And then to finish out for us, we've got this monster of a set.
This is the second edition of the UCS Death Star, and this one has a whopping 27 minifigures.
Wow.
Yeah,
this is incredible.
And this one's from 2016, so I think there was a first edition that was a few years earlier. So, but there's just, well, and it's like you can like turn it up here. There is just so much packed into this. It's amazing.
Got Han and R2-D2, C-3PO in there. Then you've got different ways to move some of the things up here. You've got the Emperor on top. You got the TIE Fighter hanging down.
Well, it's like, and I can just, there's so much going on in here. You know, the lift raises.
Yeah. You got Han down here. And the trash compactor room, of course, iconic.
Well, and I don't know if you saw Leia and Luke swinging across.
Even the instruction booklets for this type of a set is just incredible. Spiral bound here. This thing is massive.
And it is. It's a big, heavy book.
So you've got so many incredible sets available here, and just a wide range of both themes as well as years. And a lot of that comes from the experience that you guys have at the store here. So talk a little bit about kind of how long you've been around.
We have actually been here since 2016, and we opened up in fall of 2016.
Yeah.
So this November will be 8 years. And so we, for the longest time, we're the only one like us in the area, so everybody would come here. And it's great that we have some more partner stores. Takes a little bit of pressure off of us for everything coming in here. But as a result, there's just so much that we have that's here. We buy things from people when they're moving. It's just, it is, or just moving on from Lego. It's amazing. There's just such a variety. It's like, this is not even my first Death Star. I think this is probably my 10th or 12th. This is not my first Islander one that I've seen. None of these are things that we haven't seen before, so it's always interesting. I always love it when something comes in, because this is the first time I think I've seen this Knight's Castle, this particular one, especially with a box. So it's always fun to see when something really rare and unusual comes in. And sometimes it's like, oh, well, yeah, okay, which X-Wing? So you see a lot, but it's always fun when something really, that wow factor comes in.
Right, and with that experience, you're able to curate just a really incredible selection of products for fans to be able to come in and choose from. So I think that's super cool. Before we go on to check out some of the custom displays you've got in the store, if people want to kind of find more about the store online, or even kind of reach out about what you might have in stock, what's the best place to do that?
So we actually feature a lot of things on our Facebook and our Instagram.
Okay.
And we're actually Bricks Monroe on both Facebook and Instagram. I post things to stories all the time. You're going to see reels. The big one is what you see on Insta is maybe 10% of what I have in the store. So I just feature whatever catches my interest that day, or something that I think is really cool and that our audience would love to see. But you always just give us a call too. I'll happily tell you what's here. If you're looking
Perfect.
for something unusual, you want Podameron's X-Wing, give me a call. I might have one. So.
Sounds good. Well, we will go take a look at some of your big displays then.
Awesome.
Now we've made our way over to one of the big custom displays at the store. This is Brickenworth, so tell us the story behind this.
So we wanted to have something that the kids could actually see and do when they come here. And we live up near the Sky Valley, and you go up over the pass, there's a little Bavarian town called Leavenworth. And a lot of people will come from all over the U.S. to visit there. And if you look, we kind of see that we designed some of the buildings. So some of them were kind of look like they were inspired by specific buildings in the town and stuff. And we kind of change it up. Like right now, out in the field, we have sheep and stuff like that. I'll change it up for Christmas. We had dinosaurs invade once. You know, it just depends on what we're doing. But we have 3 buttons for the kids to push. And the first one, our green button, you hold it down for a couple seconds and it makes the train go all the way through the mountain, and it just goes one single round and then it stops.
Perfect.
And I have different cars that we change it up. I even have a full Christmas train for Christmas. That's great. And then we have a couple other ones. The yellow button will actually turn up on top of the mountain. You can see the little Ferris wheel, and it turns that one. Not sure that that's the safest place to put a Ferris wheel, but that's where it's at.
Great views though.
Yes, it is. And you can really see where it's going and stuff. And then you can also see we had a temple, the ultimate weapon, and we put it up on top of the mountain, and you can see the ninjas climbing up to it. I think there's a few other surprise things in there. There's an alpaca in there somewhere. There's a dinosaur. I think we have a sea serpent blocking the tracks right now.
And then you've got one more button here.
I do, and this one we actually installed just for May the 4th this year. And you can look, you can see Obi-Wan and Darth Vader flashing lightsabers, and we have a whole audience for him. And you can also see that the building over here lights up.
And this fantastic beast.
It is called Rancorberus, and it is just a mutant Rancor because, you know, what else are you supposed to do when you have none of the farms for Rancors? Because it's fun. Lego is all about fun, so that's what we did.
Yeah. And I love that you're changing this up throughout the year, so like no matter when someone comes in here, there's kind of new things and different stuff to see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll change out the car, whatever car is on the train. Just depends what we're doing.
And then if we make our way this direction, you can see there's tons more products here, and there's so many incredible Lego-related items on display. But one of the craziest, maybe scariest, depending on how you look at it, this creature up above us here, what's the story behind this?
So this is a dragon, and this is a bionicle dragon. It was made by a former employee named Delaric, and he made this guy for me. I was like, I need a dragon. Well, he loves Bionicle, so that's what he did. He made Bionicle for me. And you can see he hung it up there. So you can do some amazing things with Bionicle, and we love to be able to show kids and adults that this is among the things you can do. And we lost track on how many pieces. Everyone always asks us, and we're like thousands. We don't know. So.
No, that's really cool. So we've seen some of these cool custom creations on display. Do you guys display like customer builds at all, or do you have build events and things?
I have this mock display right here. And right now I haven't really pursued a lot, but I have a few things by one specific customer that he makes, and these are absolutely amazing. He's probably one of my favorite builders. We have a few others, including this is probably one of the most interesting use of parts to make teepees that I've ever seen. And that's by another customer, and he also made that trebuchet. And then I have kid creations too.
Perfect. A good variety though, you know, to see like all different levels of building and ages and that kind of thing.
Occasionally we do run contests, and these will be loaded up with contests.
That's fantastic. So we heard about some of your social media earlier. Where can people kind of find your website or check you out online
so
there?
So it's bricksandminifigsmonroe.com,
okay.
and that just takes us to our main website. Looks a lot like a lot of the other Bricks Minifigs websites. But again, like I said, Bricks Monroe on Facebook and Instagram. I probably post more there than anything else. But we're open Monday through Thursday, 10 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 8.
Perfect. And you saw some of the awesome products that they have in here, but they're always getting new stuff in. So keep
Every
checking
day.
back. If they don't have what you want now, there's a good chance it's going to come in the store soon. So.
Oh, and it seems to happen that way. Somebody calls me up and goes, "Do you have this?" And I'm like, "No, but let me take down your number," because sometimes people say something and then all of a sudden it shows up. Just really fun.
So we'll have links to the website and the social media in the description below. So make sure you check them out. If you're coming through the Monroe area at all, stop in the store and see all of the awesome stuff that they have available. And you can meet some of the great employees and mention you saw them on Beyond the Brick as well. So thanks for showing everything off to us
Awesome.
today.
Thank you guys so
Yeah,
much for
appreciate
coming
it.
in.